As you know, if you haven't been before, my name's Dennis Coote. I'm the host with my partner at the back there, Hazel Reid, and we run this organisation. We hope you'll really enjoy this evening. I know you'll enjoy Nick, Ted and Vanessa's presentation, which will start right now. Okay, thank you very much indeed, everyone.
We're on. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, good evening. That's the official good evening and welcome. Right, so tonight what we're going to talk about has got nothing to do with property. What a relief, eh? You've had enough of that already, I'm sure, for the last 2 hours. So what we're going to talk about tonight is this thing called social media. But before we get on to that one, let's do some quick introductions. That's me, Nick Tad. Apparently I'm an Uber geek, whatever the hell one of those is. But I'm an Uber geek. And just to give you a quick understanding of who we are and what we are, this is my wife here, Vanessa Warwick. I used to work in the music industry, so that explains the haircut. Can we get that bit out of the way up front? That explains the haircut. And used to work in the music industry. I was a TV cameraman. My wife here, Vanessa, was a VJ on MTV, and we used to do music videos, live concert shoots, that type of thing, DVDs, all that type of stuff. About 6 years ago, we got involved in buying property ourselves. We have about 22 houses now, dotted around all over the place. We have many different different avenues that we use to rent them out. Either holiday lets here in the UK, we've got some in Cyprus as well. We've got single occupancy flats, about 14 of them in London. We've got mainly houses in the southeast as well. So we've built up very much a property portfolio of various different ways of income, which I'm sure is close to everyone's heart in this room here tonight. But interestingly enough, what we've discovered over the last sort of 5 or 6 years that we've been doing this one is that it's actually paid for me to do something else which is very much close to my heart as well. Because obviously Vanessa here is the forum queen, I would argue, realistically, being on all the singing pigs and on our one property tribes as well. Vanessa's passion in life was to buy houses. Can I be honest with you? It really bores the hell out of me buying houses. Is it me? Really boring, isn't it? Really dull. I like the money, that's good. But the actual buying of the houses really doesn't float my boat, pardon the expression. But one thing that does excite me a little bit as such is that, come on in, more room at the back. No, clearly not. One thing that does interest me though is it's brought a lot of time for me to involve myself in this thing called the web, which has kind of evolved over the last few years. And being a self-confessed geek that I am, hands up anyone else in here is a geek as well. Yeah, geeks are the new rock stars, isn't that right, Kev? Yeah, geeks are the new rock stars now. So, I'm very much a geek, and it really has indulged me in my passion in this thing called the web. And what's fascinating more about the web than anything else is the way that it's evolved and the way that it's having such a tremendous effect on society. And of course, being involved in property as well has bought me a lot of time to be able to indulge in that passion of playing around with the web. Now, just out of curiosity, does anyone in here actually know how old the web is? Anyone? Don't all shout at once. 20 years, 23 years, 25 years, 10, 30, 6, who said 6? Hold on to that thought. I would actually argue the web's about 5,000 days old. It's just a little bit over, about 15 odd years old, I would say. The internet is about 40 odd years old, but the web isn't. And it's very much two different things we're talking about here. The internet is old, but the web isn't. www was coined in 89, and the first browser came out in 94. So we could argue that it's 10 or sort of 15 or 20 years old, couldn't we, at that point? Does anyone in this room know how old Google is? Or am I the only sad git in the room? 11? Who's 11? Yeah, it's about 10 years old, split hairs with you. It's 10 years old. But yeah, if I said to you right now, should we go and Google it, you know exactly what I mean, wouldn't you? Everyone in this room will know exactly what I mean. But Google's only 10 years old. The web is only 15 years old. So we have this thing this kind of organism that's sort of happened over the last 15 years. It's basically caused with the trousers down to a certain degree. Pardon the expression there. You'll get a few of them tonight, eh?